Hi everyone, it's Mother Bear Tarot. Welcome to my channel. In today's reading, we are going to be talking all about career and finances, how your career and finances are going to be changing, what's in store. And I kind of wanted to leave this a little bit open for Spirit to come through as to is this going to be more about career? Is it going to be more about money? How things are going to be changing? All of that stuff. Because everybody is kind of going through different areas in their life. This is a general reading, so please make sure to check out all of the piles if you feel drawn to more than one pile, okay? Because sometimes there's messages in pile number 1 and pile number 3 for the same person, you know what I mean? So take what resonates, leave what does not. And we're going to get right into our reading. So the very first pile that we have is this Mookite stone. Okay, Mookite for pile number 1. For pile number 2, we have this beautiful clear quartz crystal. For pile number 3, we have this yummy honey citrine. Look at how beautiful this is. It's honey citrine. And then for pile number 4, we have red Jasper. Okay, so we're going to get right into your readings. I have all the timestamps linked down below, so make sure to check out all the piles you feel drawn to. Okay, and I can't wait to see you guys in your reading. Love you. Bye. Hi, pile number 1. This is your reading if you chose the Mookite stone right here. If it'll focus. There we go. Okay, this is your reading all about your career and finances, how things are changing, maybe secret things you don't know about, and it could, you know, be more about career, could be more about finances. We'll see when we start to get into it. So we have these beautiful tarot cards, okay? This is the Golden Art Nouveau deck. This is like my newest deck, and I'm absolutely obsessed because look at, they have like this golden embossing on them. Okay, so I'm really excited to use them. I thought the gold was kind of fitting for career and finances. So I don't have a timeline on this, but if I was to put a timeline on this, I would say 4 to 7 months kind of thing, because the 4 and the 7 came out together, and I don't think that the 5 has to do with the timeline, if I'm being quite honest. Okay, so first off, the very first card that came out was the Hermit, okay? And the Hermit came out actually 3 times in the pre-shuffle, okay, when I was getting set up for everything basically, and it kept coming out when I was just like trying to shuffle the cards really well. And then it came out again when I came for yours. So the Hermit is here for you guys. You guys are going to be going into, if you have not already been in, a very hermit-like state, very recluse, okay? I think you're going to be doing a lot of thinking, especially towards the beginning of this timeline for your career and your finances. Maybe you're thinking about leaving a job. Maybe you're thinking about becoming your own business owner. Maybe you have been in a career path for a really long time and it's not bringing you the same fulfillment, the same joy that it once did. Or maybe it never has and you're tired. And you're looking deep within, you're doing a lot of self-reflection, especially through the winter time. You've been doing a lot of self-reflection, and it's really big. You have the Hermit and the Star. Those are 2 major arcana cards. So you have a lot of like life, like big life-changing kind of energy going on. We have the Star here. Okay, we have the 4 of Pentacles, we have the 7 of Wands, and the 5 of Wands, okay? And I know normally you read from, you know, left to right, but I'm actually going to read from right to left today because I felt drawn to do that because we have 5, 7, 10, or 9. 5, 7, 9, right? it's like a staircase. It's like, I feel like in past careers or past situations with the Five of Wands being here, that maybe you have gone through a lot of conflict within a workplace. Maybe you've gone through personal conflicts or internal conflicts. But with the 5, it really like makes me think that you've been going through this kind of internal conflict for a long time of what to do in your career. You're not very sure. You're like, maybe other people think that you should be in this career that you're in. Maybe it brings you a lot of stability with the 4 of Pentacles here, which is why I think that this is going from right to left, because I feel like you're starting out here and you have these fears. You're not sure with the 7 of Wands if you can make it through these obstacles, and your overall energy for this period is being very recluse. Maybe there's relationships at work that have been toxic for you, so you're kind of drawing out from that, but you don't know if you should leave. You don't know if the situation will resolve itself. You don't know if you want to leave this career you've had for a really long time. You don't know if you want to leave the stability behind, because with the 4 of Pentacles, it's like you're holding on to these pentacles so tightly. You know that, monetarily you're stable at this time, but I don't think with your passions you're being fulfilled in your career, right? Who wants to have a career that they hate? Who wants to go to work every single day hating their job? Not me. Not me. I don't think anybody should ever live their entire life hating their job and they're just doing it because they're making some money, right? And I know everybody has things that they need to pay for: medicine, children, parents, a house, a mortgage, all of these things, right? I'm not saying quit and don't have a backup plan. I'm just saying these obstacles that you think you can't get through with the 7 of Wands, they're just all kind of stagnant sticks there, and you can get through this. You are a very smart and intelligent human being, and you can get through this. This is why you have the Hermit. I also feel like in the next time period, you're going to be, when you're being a recluse, you're going to be very introspective and wondering how you can create the stability to the star, right? How can you make this fulfilling for you, right? How can you make this fulfilling for you? How can you make this prosperous for you in this next period? Okay, I also just saw 10:10 on the clock. So yeah, you're most definitely going through the ending of something in your career, whether it's like actually ending your career or and starting a new career, or you've been looking. Oh, I just see 7s again. I just see numbers everywhere today. You're going to be really going through these obstacles and wondering how you can make this change in your career, make this change in your finances, whether or not it's like you need to kind of pivot how you're looking at it, pivot what your passion is, pivot what your career is, okay? So we're going to get some more information. I have already done like a little pre-shuffle of other cards. I will link all the decks that I'm using today in the description box down below, okay? So the first 2 cards that we have are Playfulness, Elves, number 15. Okay, yeah. Maybe you guys are like... maybe that's what it is, like at work. Maybe you feel like drained because like maybe there is somebody toxic at work. Or maybe it's because you feel like you can't be playful. Maybe you feel like you have to be serious all the time. Maybe that has been like mentally draining you for so long, or draining your passions, and you're finally getting out of like trying to compete with other people to coming into this playful era in your life, in your journey, okay? The next card we have is Wizard of the Woods, Focus, number 50. Okay, yes, focusing, truly focusing on everything it is that you want. What do you want in this next period in your career? Okay, how can you get there? Again, focus. See it? This guy and this guy, they look the exact same, right? The Hermit. Really focusing and being introspective on what do you want and how can you get there, but doing it in such a playful, lighthearted manner and not taking everything so seriously in your career right now and your finances, right? It's like taking the steps 5, 7, 9, taking the steps so that you can get to this beautiful new place, okay? And really allowing yourself to truly come out. I really feel like a lot of you, especially if you're older and you've been in this career for a long time, it's been draining your energy, right? This is what you need. You need the playfulness. You need to connect with your inner child, okay? The next cards we have are Remembrance, Rosemary. Ooh. Okay. Remembrance. Remembering what it's like to have that childlike wonder. That's going to be important. Remembering the promises that you've made to yourself when you were younger. Remembering that you are not just this one single thing about your life. You are not just this career. You are so many other things, right? Maybe you've been caught up in the idea of just being your career. You're like, I'm a lawyer. I've been a lawyer for 30 years. Well, maybe you've always had a secret dream of being a painter, and now financially you can start actually going after that dream. Or maybe you're in a place of, you know, I just got laid off of work, right? Or there was a toxic situation at work that made me leave work. What do I really want to do? What do I want to pursue now, right? Remembering that promise you had, that childlike wonder, that playfulness that you had when you were younger, right? Oh my gosh, we have Start Fresh, Chickweed. Okay, yeah, putting a magnifying glass over the things that are serving you and the things that are not. Starting fresh. You deserve to start fresh in your career if that is what you want. Okay? And I know, like, and please, people, I'm not telling you to quit your job and, like, you know, I'm just saying, if you feel like this voice inside of you has been, you know, picking away at you, right? Telling you that this is not what you were meant to do. This is not the career meant for you. This is not fulfilling for you. You need to start looking at things with a view of like a childlike lens, like that playful kind of lens, right? This playful kind of lens. When I was little, I used to play with magnifying glasses all the time. I don't know why that was important, but I just felt like I needed to share it at that moment. Maybe going and doing things, like I said, that will be important for your career. Like maybe you've always wanted to be a painter. Maybe you've loved playing guitar. Maybe getting back into those things, okay, is going to help you in your career. Okay, but this is going to be a fresh start for your career. You, I feel like, are at this hermit mode right now. And if you aren't, then you've been going through this side. And you are trying to focus on, do I continue down that path that I've been on for a long time, those steps, you know? Or do I go completely off in the different direction because that's what my heart is calling me to do? Okay, I feel like you should go off into the different direction because that's what is burning in your heart. The next card we have are conclusions are within reach, full moon eclipse. Yeah, it's like you can see what's in the future for you. You can see that thing on the other side. Again, with the sticks, we have the same motif, right? You can see what's on the other side of the sticks. You just don't know how to get there. You're like, is that even like, am I able to even get to that place? Am I able to even see that beautiful moon on the other side of the sticks? Or am I going to just like have to continue to watch from afar? right? Be playful, because when you start being playful in your career, or playful just in your personality in general, new opportunities, new doors are going to show up for you. Okay? When we were kids, okay, we didn't worry about all of these things that as adults, fortunately, we have to worry about, okay? I'm not saying totally don't listen to your like adult mind, but tapping into your childlike wonder, that playfulness, is going to be very important for you to be able to get to the other side, to be able to get to the conclusion that you're looking for, to be able to get to this star in your career. Maybe you've been trying for years to get this promotion and you've been holding on to it so hard, you're just like, oh, I don't know what to do. Be playful. Stop putting so much pressure on yourself. Okay, the next card we have is a win-win outcome is forecast, full moon in Libra. Win-win outcome is forecast. If you've been nervous about this new start, if you've been nervous about this new change in your career, I don't think you need to be anymore. I really don't. And I know it's easier said than done. And who am I? I don't know what everybody's unique situation is. But generally, I find that things tend to work out. We tend to get through the sticks, right? When we just have faith in ourselves that we're going to get there and it doesn't matter, right? See how she's looking off at like this like meteorite coming down? She's very still, she's very calm with all of this noise going on around her because she knows that she will get there one day. Same with the star, right? Focusing on where you want to get to in your career, what the final outcome is that you want, what that conclusion is, being able to see that conclusion. Just go for it. Just absolutely go for it, okay? The next and final two cards that we have are You're Not For Everyone. Embrace your weirdness. Face your true north. This is exactly the message you need to hear right now. You are not for everyone. You are not for these people over here who have been causing issues for you, who think that you need to do something else, that you can't make it as an artist, that you can't make it as a musician, that you can't make it as a baker, that you can't make it as a mathematician, that you can't, whatever it is that you want in your career, that you can't be a millionaire because you come from poverty, right? Face your true north. Embrace your weirdness. You are not meant for everyone. Remember, you are not meant for everyone. You are a star. You are meant to shine. Pile number one. You are meant to shine. Meant to shine. Focus on your true north. Focus on shining bright. Okay? And the final card we have is Lifting the Veil. Questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. Yeah, that's what you're going through right now with the Hermit, right? You're opening up this veil to the other side, to the other world, to what could be. Maybe you've had a glimpse of what could be. Maybe you've had a little glimpse of what could be, right? Through the sticks, through those challenges, you've had a glimpse. And you're just like, oh, I don't know. Do I go? Do I not go? Do I stay here? Do I just look at it from afar? Focus on what it is that you truly want. My experience, if we focus on what we want, if we follow our intuition, yes, there's going to be challenges. Yes, there's going to be struggles. Okay, I'm not saying everything's going to be perfect. But in the long run, you'll be a much happier person than staying at that office job working a 9 to 5. Right? Staying in the same career or on that path that you've been studying for years. And now you're realizing I don't want to be on that path anymore and you're scared. Okay? You've got so much power behind you. You've got so much wisdom behind you. Okay? It's all about coming down to making a choice. Okay, so pile number one, I'm so excited that you guys were here for this reading. If you enjoyed it, then make sure to give me a big thumbs up. Okay, I do see some money coming in for some of you, but I really feel like this is more about the trajectory of your career and where you want to be right now, and where you want to get to, and knowing that you will get to that place, facing your true north. See, they're all facing towards the true north. Okay, pile number 1. So if you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe. Okay, and let's put a, let's put a star, because we're all stars. Put a star emoji in the comments down below if you made it to the end of the reading, so I know and everybody else knows what pile you came from. Okay, and I hope to see you guys in my next readings. Love you guys. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. This is your career and finances reading if you chose the beautiful quartz crystal stone right here. Okay, we're going to be getting into everything coming up with your career and finances, and already I can tell that this is going to be more about career. Okay, I don't think that there's going to be, like, I'm sure that somebody is going to have money coming in, but it's going to be more about how your career is changing, okay, or how it could change. I should say how it could change. Okay, and there's not really a timeline for this. I'm going to say in between 7 and 8 months, because these 2 cards came out like basically together, so 7 to 8 months. And yeah, there's so much to digest here. I was only going to do 5 cards, but 6 wanted to come out, so you guys getting an extra card. Okay, so we're going to start over at this end. We have the Page of Cups. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune, the 7 of Cups, the 8 of Wands, the Fool card, and the Queen of Wands. Okay, so we'll start with the good news. By the end of this, you're going to be in a career with the Queen of Wands and the Fool coming out that you feel very passionate about. And it's also something brand new that you've never tried or never thought of, or if you have thought of it, it's not something that you've put a lot of action or thought towards. It's going to be something very brand new. Okay, and I also I feel like animals will be a part of that. That could be for like one person out there, but I feel like because we had these 2 cards come out together, and there was the dog and the cat, also like the juxtaposition of like the feminine and the masculine, okay, the light and the dark aspects being very balanced by the end of these 7 to 8 months, and your career is going to be so amazing for you guys. I'm very excited for you who are watching this video, but you are going to feel like a queen. Whether you are whatever gender you are, right? You are going to feel like a queen, and it's something that you are going to be very passionate about, and so, again, something that you really haven't put a lot of thought into at this current point. So with the Page of Cups, we're going to start over here. This is kind of where I feel like you are emotionally right now when it has to do with your career. I feel like there's a lot of you who currently, or if you have not started to go through this, will in the next couple of weeks, I want to say, start going through this like emotional breakdown. I feel like either it could be like some of you got fired from like a dream job, or it could be feeling like you've been studying for this job for years, and then you finally make it in there, and you've worked for like 3 months, and you're like, this is the worst thing ever. Why did I do this? And you have this little friend in your ear, this little intuition, if you will, trying to tell you, it is time to leave this behind. This is not right. If you've been having that voice in your ear, then yeah, that's a good indication that you should probably leave this job or leave this sector, or start something new. It's the best way to put it. Now, I'm not saying quit right now. Okay, I know that everybody has lives, they have children, they have rent, they have things that they have to pay for. So please do not take that as quit your job right now. Okay, just stop putting so much emotion into it. Stop allowing it to drain the emotions until you're able to find a new job, or until you're able to start up this new business that I think that most of you want to be in. I think a lot of you here want to be entrepreneurs, okay? You're waiting for the wheel of fortune to strike. You're waiting to get on, you're waiting for spirit or somebody to basically hand you money or this dream job or this opportunity, which will come in for you guys, okay? It 100% is going to come in for you, but you have to actually take action towards starting a business, okay? Even if it's not the business, which we know is not the business you're going to end up with, okay, by the end of these 7 to 8 months, or like on that same path, but it is going to help propel you forward to all of these opportunities, right? We have the 7 of Cups here, okay? And the Wheel of Fortune is smiling down upon you for sure, because we have all of these opportunities coming through, okay? We have all of these things. And yes, some of them don't look so great, right? With the little snakes. But there's some of them that are reaping with benefits, like all of these jewels here. And it's up for you to really use your intuition in the next couple of months to really figure out, does this seem profitable, but also does this seem fulfilling? Am I passionate about this? Am I passionate about this thing, right? When you find 8, see? 7, 8. When you find this passionate thing with the 8 of Wands coming here, it's going to come in so quickly for you, right? I feel like for a few months you're going to struggle a lot, like trying to figure out like, oh, well, I really like playing with polymer clay. Could I make earrings as a business? I really like, YouTube. Could I make that into a business? I really like, teaching dance. Could I make that into a business? Unfortunately, for a lot of you, I would say 6 months-ish, maybe because we have the 6 come out, that you're going to go through a lot of trial and error. But that is how you're gonna propel yourself forward, right? And when you finally find that thing that you never thought of, or that you're just randomly in the shower one day thinking about something and then an idea pops into your head, right? Those are downloads from spirit. That's downloads from the universe coming through for you to be like, oh, actually that's an amazing idea. That's a great idea. And then I feel like a lot of you will start to weave the pattern of seeing like, oh, this was actually mentioned to me a couple months ago, but I never really put a lot of thought into it. That's why this comes up, the Fool and the Queen of Wands, because it's like, oh, I'm actually good at this. I'm actually into this, and this is passionate. And then you start to build upon this passion, right? See how they all have these wands, right? You're going from putting so much sadness or emotion, letting your emotions dictate your life and your career, into allowing your passions to dictate your career, okay? So we're going to get some more messages using these oracle decks. Or cards, I should say. All of the decks are linked in the description box down below. The very first card we have is Earth Spirit, Stability number 14, okay? Yeah, maybe stability is something that you're worried about, being financially stable, okay? But again, when you start to put your passions into something as a side hustle, that wheel is going to take off. And I just want you to know, there's such a small percentage of business owners, YouTubers, multi-million, billion-dollar companies that started something and in 3 weeks they were making thousands of dollars every day, right? You need to find a routine, right? Especially with the stability, this is just making me think. You need to ground yourself when you're in this emotional kind of area of not knowing what to do, or thinking too hard, or putting too much emotion into it, or being sad and depressed about where you are and where you aren't right now. You need to put some grounding boundaries down for yourself so that you can make a routine that works best for you. So if you I get the feeling that some of you have tried to like make a business before, and you spend like the first 2 weeks putting in so much effort, like 60 hours a week outside of your current job. And you're like, why isn't it taking off? Why isn't it taking off? Well, it's not taking off because it's only been 2 weeks, right? It's like starting on it's 11:11 on the clock right now. It's like starting a diet, right? Or like a lifestyle change, I should say. And it's like, oh, I haven't seen the results yet. Well, yeah, it takes a while, my friend, okay? It takes a while, okay? So just remember, you need that stability. You need that earth kind of earthiness in your life, okay? We have the Enchanted Fern Grotto Refuge, number 16. Again, it's the same thing. Don't hold yourself hostage, okay? Don't hold yourself hostage because things aren't working out, or don't shame yourself because things aren't working out, okay? You have so much power inside of you. You're waiting for that one thing to go off. Like, what happened if you worked for like 3 months on something and nothing had come, you had not made a single sale, and the next day you were gonna post a TikTok and it was gonna become viral, and then you were gonna get thousands of dollars through sales, but you stopped one day before? Don't stop yourself, my friend. Don't stop yourself, okay? Do not stop yourself. Do not get off of that wheel of fortune. You are on it, okay? Next card we have is Be Yourself, Daisy. Okay, so some of you are not being authentic, and that's actually what is blocking you from being able to achieve this like business over here, this like section in your career. You're not being either honest with yourself where you want to be, or you're not being authentic in what you want to do. Do you know what I mean? Like, again, we have this kind of wheel situation going. Like, you're staying on the wheel. You're trying to maybe replicate what other people are doing. But when you're most unique, when you find the thing that's most unique about you and how that can, help other people, like, it again, if you're a dancer and you're like, I specialize in this really niche thing that you've never really thought about teaching because you're like, oh, it's just like comes naturally to me, or oh, why would people be interested in that? And then people start to be interested in that, right? Be yourself, be unique. That's when things will pop off for you, sis, okay? We have apple, forbidden fruit. We have the snake motif again, okay? Apple. Wow. Maybe you don't think that you're like worthy of like this career. Maybe that's why that comes in with the Page of Cups in reverse for some of you. Maybe you think like this is so like out of the realm of possibility for you that you don't even allow yourself to transform. You don't even allow yourself to like get onto the wheel or try all of these different things because you're like, what's the point? Right? What's the point? I've tried it for 2 weeks, for a month, for whatever it was. I just want to say, if anybody watches YouTube, Mr. Beast, okay, we all, I'm sure, have heard of Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast, he spent, what was it, like 10 or 12 years on YouTube before anything really started to take off for him. And now he has hundreds of millions of subscribers. What if he stopped, like I was saying, the day before one of his videos went viral? You never know what's possible, okay? You never know what the universe has in store for you, okay? And that's why you have the Fool card coming out, because it's like something that you never even thought was possible, and it puts you on this new path, this new perspective that is so passionate and driving for you. It's so fulfilling for you, okay? So the next card we have is Be Bold and Make the First Move. I don't even need to explain that. Like, that's just... Be bold and make the first move, guys. Okay? The next card we have is a new start is coming. Yes. Okay? Just Spirit totally confirming for everybody out there who may not have had that message fully sink in. A new start is coming. Be bold and make the first move. That's how you get out of this rut in your career. This is how you get away from that job that you don't like right now, or from, you know, studying something that you don't like anymore, or that your parents made you start studying and you're like, no, I need to figure something else out. Okay? You need to make the first move. You can't wait. You can't wait for the Wheel of Fortune. You have to get onto the Wheel of Fortune. You have to, like Abraham Hicks says, you have to get into the vortex. Okay? You can't, like, look at the vortex over there and, like, wait for the vortex to come to you. You have to get into the vortex. Okay? The final two cards we have are Trust the Timing. Wow. Trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. That's another thing. You guys don't need to worry that, like, you guys are running out of time. Okay? Grandma Moses, who is an artist, was 74 or 73 years old when she started painting, and she became a world famous artist. Okay? What was his name? Morgan Freeman didn't start acting and, like, really, like, blowing up in acting until he was, like, in his mid-50s. You do not have to make it just because somebody else made it when they were, like, 21 years old. That's not your wheel. That is not your storyline. That is not what you need to learn. So when it comes to your career, don't be, like, all freaking out because you're going to be 30 next year and you still don't know what you're doing. I just turned 28 and I still don't fully know what I'm doing. I'm just trusting and following my intuition and knowing, like, that at the end of all of this, everything is going to be more amazing than I could have ever imagined, okay? And that's the kind of energy you guys have to have into this, okay? And then finally, your last card is called Soul Gifts and Training. It's time to step up. Yeah, you guys have been on this other side of this portal, this pathway, and you're finally walking through the gate. You're finally being brave enough to step out into that wheel, into that vortex, right? That's why you guys are here watching this reading right now, right? That's why you looked, or why the algorithm, or I should call it the universe, recommended this video to you. That's why you found this video, is because you know in your soul, you know in your intuition, you know in your heart of hearts that this career that, you know, you've been studying for, that you've been in, this, you know, whatever it is that you're currently at right now, that is not the right thing for you. Okay? And you are going on this new adventure with the Fool. This little fool that you can barely see now. With the Fool. This brand new adventure. A new start is coming through. But you have to be bold. You can't let these pillars, these rocks, these blocks stand in your way. You can't let these false opportunities stand in your way. You just have to get up and keep going. You have to get up and keep going. Because you know it. You're called. That is why you are here right now. That is why you're watching this video, because you know you are called. Okay? So, pile number 2, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that these messages resonated with you. I hope that you got some information that maybe has been on your heart for a while, that it's a new start. This is a new time for you, especially if you're watching this in the spring, right? This is a new start for you. Okay, again, 7 to 8 months. Could be a little bit longer, a little bit shorter, depending on everybody, but generally 7 to 8 months where you're really going to be walking through that doorway in 8 months, really getting to this new start, really being totally in love with this new career for you, okay? So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big like, make sure to subscribe, and let's put a apple emoji in the comments down below so that I know and everybody else knows you made it to the end of your reading. And I'll see you guys in my next video soon. Love you. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. This is your reading all about career and finances. What's coming up for you? There's no timeline on this, but I can already tell just from the Knight of Wands that it's going to probably be happening relatively quickly for your group. Okay, so this is your reading if you chose the beautiful citrine stone right here. Okay. Oh, it was just 111 on the clock. So if you are here, you are meant to hear at least 1 or 2 messages from this pile, if not all of them. This is a general timeless tarot reading. So whatever sticks with you, take that. Whatever does not resonate with you, then that's meant for somebody else, okay? And it doesn't matter when you're watching this, if it's right when I upload it or if it's like 5 years in the future, okay? So first off, I'm just going to go through the cards and then we'll kind of talk about what kind of energies I see coming up. So first we have the 5 of Wands. Okay. Then we have the 8 of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords. Oh, no, this is not the Queen of Swords. This is the Justice card. I'm so sorry. Not the Queen of Swords, Justice card. The 2 of Cups, the 6 of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands. Okay, so we do have some money coming in for you guys, but I do see that at the beginning of this period, or maybe where you are right now, there's a lot of like struggling that's going on, and it's nothing like super serious I can see, because like the 5 of Wands to me is always like about like struggles that you could totally get through 100%. Not anything like super crazy. There might be somebody out there who is struggling very difficultly, but generally I would say most of you, this kind of struggle is either going on with other people or internally. And because it's the Wands, it makes me want to think that it's like a struggle between like trying to find like a passion in your career or finding like stability in your career, because maybe you guys are struggling with like, oh, I'm working this 9-to-5 job right now because it's paying the bills, but there's something actually I want to be doing that's over here, right? And I think that you guys have been doing that for a long time, so it feels comfortable to you. You may be nervous about leaving that, or you're going to be going into a time where you are having one job and you are struggling with maybe having like a side hustle, because with the 8 of Pentacles, it just tells me that you guys are working extremely hard, okay? Like the 8 of Pentacles is all about working hard. You can see here that he's got all of his pentacles around him. He is using his little hammer and chisel to work things out, and that's kind of the feeling I'm getting for you guys, is that no matter what job it is currently or in the future, you're always going to be a hard worker. You always have been a hard worker. But right now you guys may be struggling with either working too hard or actually being in a place where you want to be doing something else over here, but you're actually working a stable 9-to-5 because, you know, bills and family and life adulting things, right? With the Justice card coming in here, I guess I said the Queen of Swords for some reason, so I guess somebody out there maybe need to hear from the Queen of Swords. Maybe that's a confirmation for somebody out there. But the Justice card, there we go. The Justice card is all about finding the balance, okay? And you're also going to be receiving the justice that you deserve, okay? This is a card about fairness. This is a card about, right, justice, obviously. And maybe you're struggling to find the work-play balance right now, but you will in the next little bit. I don't want to put a timeline on this because it could happen relatively quickly for a lot of people, but I'm going to say like 6 to 8 months for most of you that it's going to happen. But it could come in really quickly for somebody out there just because we do have the Knight of Wands over here, okay? But this justice, this whatever it is that you're trying to manifest in your career, it is coming for you, and it's because you have been working so hard and somebody has seen that. Okay, somebody else is coming into the picture for you with the Two of Cups here. Okay, they're bringing you obviously justice, but they're bringing you an opportunity, and it's going to be an opportunity that is very balanced and harmonized, and you're going to find, and it could be a relationship, but because this is a career reading, I want to say that it's like going to be a business partnership, or maybe your boss is coming to you and you're receiving a promotion of some sort, or you find somebody who wants to sponsor you and your business that you're starting up right now, or that you have been working on for so long, right? It's like you are the classic keep working, keep hustling, because you know that somebody is going to help you make it to the next level. And that's what's going to be happening for you, is you have somebody who is coming in, sees your vision for your business, or sees how much you work and how hard you work and how dedicated you are to working. And they're helping you along the way, either through like business opportunity, grant, money, a gift, maybe a mentorship sort of situation. It's going to be different for everybody because this is a general reading. But yeah, somebody is coming in to help you, or an opportunity is coming in to help you. Okay? And that opportunity is going to lead you to the Six of Pentacles right here. Okay? The Six of Pentacles is, again, we have the scales. We have that balance. We have that justice coming in for you. And I can see that you are no longer the people that are struggling over here. You are actually this person who is able to use your wealth, able to use your position to help other people. And it's a balance of give and take. Okay, so again, balancing out things in your career is going to be coming up for you in like a kind of full circle type of way. Like you are over here at the beginning struggling to find that work-life play balance, or struggling to balance between your career right now and your side hustle. And you're going to be bringing that same balance, that same mentorship that you're receiving here with the Two of Cups later on down the line, which is just amazing. Like this is going to be down the line, this Six of Pentacles. And also because we do have a lot of like wands and pentacles here, to me that talks about passion in conjunction with the Two of Cups, which is all about like love and passion and happiness and things like that. Okay, and then the Knight of Wands coming up here. This was the first card that, it wasn't the first card that came out, but it was the first card that drew my attention. Okay, like it really stood out to me. I just love the foiling in the background of these cards. Sorry, I'm being mesmerized by the background. But to me, it's like, you know where you're going. You have your steed. You have your direction. You know exactly where you're going. And you're going full force after this passion, after this creative project, after this career pursuit. And it's going to be coming in relatively quickly for you when you actually start to get this kind of Two of Cups situation. Things are going to start coming in very quickly for you. All of the money, all of the success, all of the things that you are trying to manifest right now. And again, different for different people. Okay, so it could be a promotion or it could be your own business. But this is going to be coming in relatively quickly for you. Like out of the group so far, you guys have the fastest moving energy. Your cards came out the fastest, and it totally makes sense with the Citrine, because to me, Citrine is all about sun, recognizing your strength, recognizing your happiness, your joy, and also bringing in that happiness and joy to other people through your work career, okay? So we are going to get some more messages. I've already gone ahead and done a pre-shuffle for our oracle cards. I will link everything in the description box down below. So the very first card we have is Forest Temple Enlightenment. Yeah, that's what kind of I was feeling over here with the Six of Pentacles, is this kind of like enlightenment, situation. Like, you are coming from a place of not being fully enlightened, and then you're going to, in the future, help other people through your work, either inspire them, help them through growth, or enlighten them themselves, okay? And it, again, the citrine with this like little inner sun. Like, whenever I think about the forest temple, I always think about it's hidden in the darkness, or it's hidden in your soul somewhere, and it's this like little nugget of treasure, this little nugget of sunlight that lives within your soul that you are finally tapping into, and that is going to help you with your purpose, with your career, okay? We also have the Spirit Guardian of Winter Retreat. Okay, number 38, so 11. Like I was saying with the Five of Wands, some of you could be trying to figure out like a work-life balance situation at the beginning of this time period whenever you're watching this video. Going on a retreat somewhere will be really good. Or you will be finding this justice, or this person is going to come into your life, this opportunity is going to come into your life through the means of a retreat. Okay, and it doesn't mean just because it says winter that it has to be winter, but it is also indicating that you're going within, which lines up perfectly with the forest temple. Instead of trying to always take action, like physical action, in this next period, I think it'll be really good for you guys to take some internal emotional and spiritual action towards this. Okay, the next card we have is Ripple Outward, Self-Heal. Oh my gosh, that what I was just saying, like maybe there's something here with the Five of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles that makes you think you have to work so hard in your career. Like, maybe you think like the only way you're worthy or your worthiness comes from working so hard to attain something. And I think that when you start to really view yourself as a multifaceted human being who is unique, who has so much to give the world, instead of like looking at yourself as somebody who has to work so hard and your worth has to come from how much you give to others, or how much you work, or how much money you make, right? There's some internal healing that you're going to be going through at the beginning of this like career journey before you get to this place of justice. Like I was saying, somebody is coming in that is going to be like really lining up with your values. And I think for some of you out there, not all of you, but some of you, this healing could be very deep for you guys. And when you stop having this internal struggle over here with the Five of Wands, then all of that happiness, all of that enlightenment, all of that self-healing is going to ripple out into all aspects of your life, okay? And that is including career, and that's probably, I don't want to put a timeline on it, but it could be really big for your career. Like, if there's something you've been working on and nothing has been going right for a really long time, or you've had this dream for a really long time and you've never been able to really like sort out how to get there, but you've been putting in so many hours into this side hustle or into this career, and you just like, it's like one thing knocks you down after another. When you start to heal and be happy with yourself just the way you are, and not finding your worth from career or from money or from whatever it is, and you just find your worth because you're an amazing human being, that's when this ripple, this little drop of self-love is going to come in, and it's going to start to change the cells of your entire being and change your energetic field and draw this person in and create that justice. Because again, it's all about the balance. And right now I feel like you guys are out of balance, okay? The next card we have is a spoonful of sugar, marshmallow. That 100% goes with what I was saying. Be nice to yourself. Like, I feel like there's a lot of you out there who are not nice to yourselves. Like, are you nice to other people? Do you say and compliment other people, but you don't do that to yourself, or you're very hard on yourself? Again, with the hard working card, like, you expect a lot from yourself. sit back and take some time, take that retreat, go on that trip that you've wanted to go on, take that well-needed rest, okay? Start, for example, if you really like baking, but you've never done it because you're always like, oh, well, I could use this time to work on my side hustle. No, take a step back and really work on a new hobby like baking, okay? Find the sweetness in the mundane. That is going to be super important for you guys. That just came to me, and I think that Spirit is really putting that on my heart to tell you guys again. Find the sweetness in the mundane, okay? Find the sweetness in the mundane activities of life. Don't expect that life is always going to be hard or that it's always going to be amazing, right? It's ebbs and flows of life, but it's how you react to what's happening in your field, okay? We also have You Are Good Enough. Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That card, that is confirmation from Spirit. You are good enough. You are good enough. Full moon in Virgo, whoever out there needed to hear that, you are freaking good enough. Just because you are you. Just because you are Kelly. Just because you're Brittany. Just because you're Brooke. Just because you are Sarah. You are good enough. Okay? That's all I need to say on that card. And then also we have Hold Your Vision, Fixed Moon. Yeah, again, you guys, I feel like most of you here already kind of know where you want to be going in your career, or you already know where you need to be, like, yeah, what your dream is. Like, you kind of already know what that is. But a lot of you, again, are finding it hard to stay on this path because it's hard, right? With the Five of Wands, because you're coming from a place of not seeing your value, not seeing your worthiness, because you think your worthiness will come when you get X amount of dollars, or you get this position, or you get this career, or you start that business, or you know, whatever it is for you, right? But that's not where your worthiness comes from. Your worthiness just comes from you being a divine expression of this universe, whether whatever religion or beliefs you have, you are a divine expression of this universe, of this earth. And it's important for you guys to recognize, okay, that we all have our own creative visions in our mind that are unique. And if you have a vision of where you want to go, this is why you have the Knight of Wands coming up. Because when you have that vision, right, you don't have to worry about like trial and error, because you already know in your heart of hearts where you're supposed to go, and you are ready to go on there. So I'm telling you right now, Spirit is saying at the beginning of this, when you're going through this kind of healing process, and even when you meet somebody or you're getting this justice, right, hold your vision. What is your why? Why are you doing what you're doing? Okay, and not like, oh, I'm doing this so I can make this much money, but emotionally, why do you do what you do? Why do you do what you do? Self-heal. Why do you do what you do? Okay, that is super important for your career, especially if you're trying to be an entrepreneur, right? Why do you do what you do? The last two cards we have are Loosen Your Grip, Coping Mechanism, Destiny, Addiction, Let God In. Okay, that could be a message, the Let God In. It could be a message for a couple people out there, okay? And it doesn't have to be like Christian God or anything like that. It could just be whatever you believe in. Let that energy source in, okay? Because, again, why are you doing what you're doing? Why do you have like this like emotional grip on something? Why do you always find everything so difficult to do? Okay, how are you dealing with this Five of Wands over here? You're dealing with it by working so hard, by not emotionally checking in on yourself, by not emotionally taking care of yourself, by not physically taking care of yourself. That's why I was saying, for your career to be able to blossom, you guys have to get out of this little like den that you've put yourself in, because you've done that as a coping mechanism or as a survival kind of mechanism. Okay, and you guys probably don't even, for some of you, don't even recognize that you've done this. But it's like, when you're able to love yourself truly enough, you will take the steps forward to receive that justice, that balance that you're looking for. And you can't have somebody come into your life. Like, nobody is going to come into your life. Nobody's going to step foot on your front step or like send you a random letter in the mail, okay, who you've never met before. Nobody's just going to randomly come. You have to put yourself out there, okay? And a lot of you may be like, oh my gosh, but I am putting myself out there. I'm working hard. But are you working hard because you think that your worth comes from that? Or are you working hard because you truly enjoy it? Right? Sometimes things come in mysterious ways, like we all have had. I'm sure all of us have had something like that happen before, where we're in the right time at the right place to meet a person or to get a job or whatever it is, right? And for you to be able to meet this person or get this opportunity or have this thing come into your life, right? You have to loosen the grip. You have to find that balance of work and play, okay? Because for some of you, I feel like it's, what is the right word? Not a coping mechanism, but a tool to like punish yourself. Like, oh, I need to work so hard. So even if you're not thinking about it consciously, for some of you, you working like 20 hours a day, that is not healthy. And that is, the candle is going crazy. I don't know if, it was just 2:20. It was 22:22 on the clock. Wow. I have not seen that number on my camera in a very long time. So that is a message for somebody out there. You are using work or your hard-working kind of thing as punishment for something in your life, whether you're consciously or subconsciously aware of it, okay? And it's time for you to just let go, take a break, okay? The final card we have is the 7 Star Sisters. Birthing Creations, Tapestry of Life, and Expression. Yeah. Yes. Maybe you guys don't have like a community or you don't have a ton of friends right now because you've been working so much. And that's something that you're really looking for. Or maybe you're not even looking for it, but it's going to come into your life. Like this 2 of Cups, like this opportunity to work with a group of like-minded people. And it's also going to allow you to birth all of these amazing creations that you have later on, but after you've done a lot of this self-healing for your career, okay? This is like your vision, like realizing I am worth it, I am, strong enough, I am a human being that has amazing creative ideas that can help inspire other people, okay? That is important for your growth in your career long term and also short term. When you start making these changes in your life, like you start, like I said, going on a retreat, booking that trip you've always wanted to do, taking rest. When you're not constantly thinking about your career and what you don't have in your career and what you want to have in your career, that's when things start to come in. Because you're not so focused on the things that you don't have. You're not like battling yourself internally. Oh, well, I shouldn't take a break because I haven't made any money today, or I need to be working on my blog or on my website or on this video game project like every single day that I'm not at my actual job, right? You are birthing creation. This is part of your journey, and when you kind of get out of this self-healing and this enlightenment, and you start meeting people who are like-minded in your career, and they're going to help lift you up, and you're going to help lift others up. That's why we had that 6 of Pentacles, okay? And it's only going to help with your finances as well. Like, maybe you're not worrying about finances currently, or if you are, you're like, tying your finances to your worthiness. But later on down the line, when you stop putting so much pressure on yourself, these amazing opportunities are going to fly in. And you know what? You probably already have opportunities that are coming into your inbox or into your email, to your DMs, or you've received like people saying, hey, do you want to go hang out at this place or whatever? But you're so focused on trying to get somewhere in your career that you're not seeing what's right in front of you. You're not seeing what those other opportunities are, okay? So pile number 3, remember, you have such a bright sunshine soul inside of you with the citrine and with this forest temple enlightenment, okay? You guys are amazing, worthy human beings. No matter how much money is in your bank account, no matter what your title is, you are amazing and worthy because you are a divine expression of this universe or of this world, this earth. Okay, so you have a lot of healing that's going to be going on, but you have a lot of amazing career changes coming up for you, but only when you decide to loosen your grip and take a new step in a different direction outside of what you're doing currently, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, and let's put a cake emoji in the comments down below so that I know and everybody else knows you made it to the end of your reading. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe. I think I might have already said that, but whatever, it doesn't hurt to subscribe again. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Love you. Bye. Hi, pile number 4. This is your career and finances reading if you chose this beautiful red Jasper stone right here. Okay, and we're going to get into everything that is coming up for you with your career and finances. I don't have a timeline on this, but I want to say this is more of a career reading for you. And currently, from what I'm seeing and just like the tarot cards, there's a lot of blockages that are happening, or like mindsets that are stopping you from achieving the career that it is that you want, or achieving the movement, the progress in the career that you want. The first card that came out for me was the Hangman in reverse, okay, which to me tells me that you have a lot of like mindset shifts that are going on, and it's like a lot of there's a lot of confusion, a lot of murkiness, like nothing is really clear for you. Maybe you're very confused is kind of the sense. Like even when I was shuffling the cards with the deck, I was kind of feeling a little confused before your cards started to come out. And that to me also, with the Empress coming up here in reverse, like you have 3 cards out of 5 that are all in reverse. To me, it's like you don't really know where it is that you want to go, what it is you want to go. Like you're kind of confused about like this whole situation in your career. Like maybe something has happened that you're like, oh, do I follow that thing that I want to do? Like with the, sorry, I'm jumping all over the place. Like I said, I'm very like kind of scatterbrained at the moment, which is not normal for me when I'm doing readings. So we'll just go through the cards quick. We've got Queen, or not Queen, the Empress in reverse, the Queen of Wands upright, the Hangman in reverse, the Page of Swords upright, and then the Strength card reversed. So you have 3 major arcana cards. So like there's a lot of like big energy in you right now, which is why you could be confused. Like you're like, oh, there's things that I'm trying to birth in, right, in your career. Like I'm trying to bring in this new career. I'm trying to bring in this new project. I'm trying to bring in this new product. Why did I say it was so weird? Product. And maybe it's like something that isn't very new for you, or like you've been passionate about it for a long time. Like with the Queen of Wands here, like I feel like there's a passion that you've had for a really long time, or like an idea you've had for a really long time, and you're like, yeah, that's exactly what I want to be doing. but it's not coming out the way that you want it to, like, or you're blocked or you're confused around it, or there's other people in the mix that are kind of like causing you to think twice, or you're very confused about it. Like, maybe your parents will just, for an example, maybe your parents have always wanted you to go to school to be like a lawyer or a doctor or whatever it is, right? And you're like, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do this deep down in your soul, in your heart, and you know. But you're scared of, like with strength, you're scared of their disapproval of something, of you not going after the career that they want you to go after, right? And that's stopping you from birthing this thing, because with the Empress, like, even in reverse, the Empress is like somebody who knows what she wants. She's somebody who can go after what it is that she's trying to like create. But you're being blocked by these mindsets. And I say mindsets because we have the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords and the Strength card came out at the exact same time. They came out together. So to me, that just shows like that you are so all over the place with like your mindset, and you're not strong enough, or you think you're not strong enough at this time to be able to stand up for what it is that you want to achieve. Like, stand up for this Queen of Wands, this project, this pursuit, right? And with the Hangman in reverse, it's like, you know that you need to switch your mindset, or like you keep trying to make this thing that you don't want to happen, and you're being stubborn about like finishing it, or just ending the project, like ending the pursuit, right? Like the thing that you don't want to happen, that is kind of, I don't want to say being forced on you, because you can do your own thing, but you maybe are having other people kind of like put their opinions on you, or you're having society's opinions put on you, right? You are trying to make a square fit into a round hole. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, with the Empress and the Queen of Wands here, you know, and with the Strength card, you know, deep down, that this career or this thing that you're going to study, or this thing that you're pursuing at the moment, is not right for you, and that you need to be strong about it. And with the Strength card in reverse, right? Like, look at her face. Like, look how, here, I'll just flip it upside down. Look at her face. It's so like serene. She's got this lion about her. They're cuddling and everything. But upside down, like in reverse, it's so out of whack. Like, you may be having a lot of attitude right now. You may be lashing out at people right now, because all of that energy, right? All of that energy inside of you, like that untamed lion, or that unsoothed lion, is going to come out in the wrong way. Like, you're trying to be strong, but in the wrong way. Like, you're like, yeah, I'm super strong. And you're very aggressive, very passive aggressive when you don't need to be. What you need to do is go in the direction of what you want to do. I'm sorry, and I know that especially family, when there's family involved, it's difficult, but like, if you are spending money to go to school, or you're applying to jobs that you don't want to have, right? And you know you don't want that, then why do it? Like, it's not anybody else's life but your own, right? And the hard truth about the thing is that if it's family and they are rude, or if they don't agree with what you're doing, or if it's friends that are like, oh my gosh, you're changing all of a sudden, and like this is all like crazy energy from them, and they start lashing out at you, just know that that's not your energy, that's not your path, and somebody else's reaction to what you truly want to do, for you to be the Queen of Wands, for you to be the Empress, to birth in the things that you want in your career, right? To be this Empress, That's not up to you to soothe them. That's not up to you to change their mindset. It's up to you to pursue the things that you want, right? I feel like this is a career reading, but it's more so like what you need to know before you start trying to even pursue. Like, I feel like you guys have some people-pleasing tendencies. You're really worried about what other people think, or you're like stopping yourself from pursuing something because you're scared of what might happen, right? But with this card right here, with the Queen of Wands, you know, and same with the Page of Swords. It's like I feel like there's like, I don't want to say immature, because I don't think I don't think you're immature. I just think that the way in which your dissatisfaction with this whole situation is coming off in a very immature kind of passive aggressive way. You know, like you're very unhappy with what's happening in your career, or like with finances, and you're just like continuing to keep yourself in the tree when you could reach up and untie yourself and change your perspective. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's why we have the Queen of Wands up right here. Like, you already know what you need to do. You're just not doing it. And instead, you're allowing all of other people's energies to continue to affect your energy. And it creates this cycle, right? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and I've already kind of got some oracle cards here picked out. I'll have all the decks linked down below. The first card we have is Toadstool's Growth, number 44. So you guys could be seeing like 444 or 444. And I think that this, like I was saying, may be like a slower growth for you guys in your career, because you have all of this other energy you need to deal with before you even start trying to start that business or start that YouTube channel or anything like that. Like, you have a lot of healing that you need to do. Red butterflies, I'm just getting this image in my head. If you see red butterflies around, or if you see 44 or 444, just remember what it is that you're doing at that moment in time. Those are like spirit guides, or the universe, or God, or whatever you want to call it, kind of sending you messages so that you can follow them. Like, they're like little nuggets of wisdom. So like, when you see 44 or 444, what are you doing at that moment in time? What are you thinking about? What were you just talking about? Right? That is where you're going to see growth, is by following these numbers, following that red butterfly, okay? Instead of following the judgments of other people. We also have flexibility, number 48, coming up here. Yeah, okay. I think you need to be flexible, but also other people need to be flexible. Like, maybe you have this idea of where you should be. Like, for some of you, for a lot of you, it's what I was saying before, but for some of you, it could be that you think that you should be like at this like Queen of Wands stage right now, but like, you're not seeing like the energy that you're kind of putting into it, and there's a lot of growth and flexibility on your part that you need to do before you can get to this Queen of Wands. Like, maybe you're trying to have like this new product like boom off, or you're trying to boom off on TikTok, but you're not seeing the way that you could be possibly coming across to other people, right? With the Eight of, or with the Strength and the Page of Swords. Like, you're not seeing how you can come off, okay? And you need to be flexible in your growth. You need to be flexible in allowing this Queen of Wands to show up whenever it needs to, or whenever it's going to, or allowing it to change this career, this destiny that you have, this dream that you have, allowing that to change for you to really shine. And yeah, I also think that, sorry, I just got like this like sudden urge with the Jasper. Obviously Jasper would be good for you guys since you guys chose it, but I think grounding, right, with the toadstools, because mushrooms, they have this whole like underground network of like I think it's called, like, fungi. It's like mycelium, I think is what it's called, where all of the little roots and all the goodness of all of the mushrooms and toadstools and everything, they all connect everywhere into the trees, into the plants in the forest. So getting into the forest, getting grounded is going to be very helpful for you, because I feel like your emotions and everything are totally all over the place right now. Okay? So like I was saying, for your career, it's going to help you to stay grounded instead of like being up in the clouds or being letting your emotions be controlled by other people. Okay? We also have pay attention nettle. Pay attention nettle. Yeah. Pay attention to the people who are actually like helping you, and pay attention to the people who are gonna sting you. You know, with nettle is this beautiful plant. It looks so nice and soft, and then you touch it and it stings for hours, especially if you got a good grip on it, right? Pay attention. Live with your eyes open. Oh, this makes so much sense with the Page of Swords. What I was trying to say before, but I wasn't articulating it properly, is like, you need to keep your eyes open and your mouth shut sometimes. Okay? Especially when you're trying to like birth something in your career. Like, maybe you're in like a new career, but you're not like in the position you want to be, and you think your ideas are better, which they totally could be. I'm not saying that they aren't, but you are new at this like whole career situation, or in this new company or something like that, and you're like, oh, I thought it was going to be this way, but it's not that way, and now I'm like really upset and confused because I thought I was going to like be able to have freedom in my career and be able to like speak my mind and all of that stuff. But I think at this point, it's important that you listen. You become a good listener, a good observer, instead of a good stinger. Do you know what I mean? Like, just because other people are being rude to you doesn't mean that you have to give that same energy back to them. Okay? And again, when you're listening and observing, you are more wise than anybody who talks, right? Anybody who talks, if you find somebody who just talks and talks and talks and does not listen to anything that you have to say, right? Or anything that anybody else has to say, they're not somebody who is super wise. They're somebody who is going to care more about themselves than about you, right? And it's important with the nettle for you to be observant and not, be a listener. Don't be a talker, right? Especially with the Page of Swords, because this is all about communication and thoughts and stuff. So instead of using your sword in the wrong way with the Strength card, where it's coming out like your emotions or your ideas are coming out in not the best way, start looking and observing, because you're going to learn more that way in this new position, or while trying to change your position, than by just talking over people. You know what I mean? Okay. Also, we have raspberry. Create space. Yeah, create space for yourself. Okay, look at the eggs. We have like a lot of like birth kind of symbolism. So I feel like when you guys actually kind of change this, the way that you communicate with other people, the way that you communicate with yourself, the way that you listen and observe the world, that's when you're going to start to grow. That's when you're going to start to birth these little eggs of creation. That's when you're going to have the sweetness and the tartness of the raspberry come through, when you start creating space for yourself. Okay, and also, just because you may have like this one position, or because somebody says that you can't do something, right? Unless you're like a child, which I don't think many children are watching this video right now. But if you're an adult, you can go ahead and do your thing, okay? You can create space for yourself You can create space for other people. Maybe that's what you need right now. Maybe that's what's going to take your career off, is by creating a space for other people to really, like-minded individuals to really understand, right? It's all about being flexible and seeing what works and what doesn't work. And that makes sense with this nettle card, paying attention. You're paying attention to what works and what doesn't work. Okay, in this career space, or like in your office job, or like just say for example, you got this amazing opportunity to work for like your favorite fashion company or brand, or like a YouTuber or something like that, and you thought that it was going to be one way and it's not that way. Instead of being, upset about the situation, obviously you can be upset, but don't let that affect the way that you take in information, right? Pay attention to all of the good things and the bad things that are going on, so that you can create the space for yourself, so that you can see where is that sliver of space that is not being filled. Where is that sliver of space? I can fill that space. I can create that space for me, so that I can fill that space for other people and be the best version of myself, right? Being flexible. Okay, we have show the world the real you. Yeah, the real you is not somebody who is like all passive aggressive all the time, or upset all the time, or somebody who is like lashing out, right? That's not who you are. Again, we've got more air energy. So yeah, getting outside and earthing, or just being in the forest, or literally sitting on, like, going out to a park. If you live in like a big city, going out to a park and just sitting on the grass for a little bit will help you ground. Okay, that's going to help you not have your emotions totally everywhere. And that makes sense with the energy is gaining momentum as well, because more air energy, we have a lot of up in the air, especially with emotions and thoughts that we're dealing with. Okay, but this is really important because you are gaining energy. Again, like I was saying, finding that little sliver of space that nobody else is filling, that has a need that you can fill, right? In your career, whether that's like while you're working for somebody else, or like making your own brand or your own channel, or whatever it is, right? It's going to be different for everybody. But because I feel like your energy is not coming out the way that you want it to, because you're frustrated right now, but you do have a ton, so much energy, and you need to be flexible with that energy. You need to transmute that energy in different ways and get that energy out, right? Which is why I think when you pivot, or you're flexible in your situation right now, that's why I think that things will change very quickly for you. Okay? The last two cards we have are Star Keeper, Cosmic Ancestor, Seed the Light by Staying Grounded. Seed the light by staying grounded. Okay, yeah, so the universe just coming through to be like, ground yourself. Okay? Ground yourself, people. Okay? And that's when you're going to go through this portal. Okay? Another thing is, if you're working in like a toxic environment, I feel like this is a message for somebody out there. If there is a toxic environment or a toxic work group, which is why your energy is all over the place, every morning before you go to work, or whenever you're going to work, take literally 2 minutes, okay, to envision this like blue or white light around yourself and say like, nothing can penetrate my energetic field. I am happy. I am abundant. Nothing can bring my energy down, right? Nothing can bring my energy down, because as quickly as our energy can go up, our energy can go down, because you have so much energy surging through you. And in your career, that will be very helpful for you when you are like trying to get somewhere really quickly, but it also can be just as detrimental, because your energy can, again with the Strength card, totally flip on a dime and go into a direction from other people that is not helpful to you. It is not beneficial to you, right? This is all about making sure that you guys are benefiting from your career. This is all about you making sure that you're going in the direction you want to go in. So make sure, if you have like a toxic work environment, toxic family environment, anything that you think that you should shield yourself, or even just every single day while you're working on this, shield yourself in white light, okay? And make like an orb, like a nice big kind of force field around you that's like, nothing can get into my force field. I feel great, okay? And the final card that we have is Inner Earth. You'll survive this, new solutions, and beginning. Yeah. Okay, you guys, it's kind of like the same thing with this portal situation down here. Like, you guys are in this cave of like being sad or like not knowing what to do, and when you start to take one step forward in like a positive direction, and again, like you stop struggling to like, what's the right word? You stop focusing so much on the things that are happening around you that you can't control, or you stop focusing on like all of the bad things that you don't want to happen in your career or in your life that is just generally stopping you from getting out of this cave. That's when you're going to get out of this cave. That's when you're going to turn to the right and be like, oh, the opening's been there the whole time. And then you're going to walk right through into this beautiful, lush land that is in front of you. Okay? You have, I honestly feel, pile number 4, like you have so much to give the world. You have so much to give to other people. You have so much to give to yourself. Okay? Which is why I feel this like, this deep, deep confusion or upset that you have right now concerning your career. Because you know in your heart that you are meant for more. And I know you are meant for more. But the only way that you can get out of this cave is by reaching up and taking yourself out of the tree, as hard as that's going to be. Nobody is coming here to rescue you, right? Nobody's coming here to give you $1 million. Nobody's coming here to hand you the career that you want. You have to find that space where there is a void. You have to find that space where the real you can truly shine, that no one else can fill. That's how you will shine. That is where you will blossom, okay? Pile number 4. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading about career and finances. It was more of a career reading for you guys, but I see a lot of growth going on, and I see this confusion or this like upsetness that you guys have about you dissipating finally, because you're going to start to see the real you and see where it is that you want to actually be, instead of allowing other people's feelings and emotions to affect the way that you're feeling about yourself. Okay, so if you guys enjoyed this reading, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe, and let's put a leaf emoji in the comments down below for our nettle here, so that I know and everybody else knows you made it to the end of your reading. Okay, and I'll see you lovelies in my next reading soon. Bye!